Here lies the piece of what was once defined as human. Your mother batted no eye at you, expected compassion, care, and love no longer exist. What words does she have for her child whose hand is stained with crimson? Why was she reacting this way? Did I do something wrong? What you've done was inhumane. It terrified her. You terrified her. Dang, we've already got a strong start. Okay. Well, before I even go any further, welcome to Deprived. Deprived is a visual novel, and it describes as Sam wakes up in her nightmare, confronting the victim she accidentally killed. Later, she recognizes her guilt and how she will eventually need to overcome it. So, that's what we've got. So, we're Sam, I'm assuming. And, we're gonna be confronting, our accidental victim in our nightmare. Let's get on with it. The expectations of comfort manifested in your mind were all fabricated. All you received was a pair of cold, dreaded eyes roaring with profound disgust and fury. Dang. She had witnessed the capabilities of a murderer, and now what remains is fear. The fear of becoming the subsequent addition of those crimson palms. So this girl's own mother is afraid of her now, after she accidentally killed someone. Her own mother being scared that she'd be her next victim. And eventually comes isolation. You wanted to strip away all that defines you, a murderer. Bro, look at the art! Those close to you distanced from you and alienated you, unwilling to associate themselves with the one that takes lives. I don't understand. Months you lay helplessly on that hospital bed, enduring the pain in your eyes. The nurses would not stop mentioning how it was a miracle that you're alive, but you thought otherwise. You vividly remember the chemicals of that enclosed cubicle, reaching every part of your lungs with each breath you take. You could feel your wound pulse underneath the stitches and bandages as your routine dose of anesthesies. I can't pronounce that word, I'm sorry. So we're in the hospital too. It hurts. Everything hurts. So we accidentally murdered someone. Was it a crash? A wreck? Or, wait, we was young though, right? Maybe? I don't know. You feel as if you were burned alive. You ought to be dead, free from the excruciating sensation, for better or worse. Got more art coming up? ... The sea is quiet today. So, accidentally murdered someone. Our own mother's scared of us. And we're in the hospital. So life isn't looking that great, if you couldn't tell. Oh. Perhaps it was a distant horizon. How ships and mountains would blend into the same steel-shaded blue that you cannot unsee the melancholy grim afloat. Further in the distance are skyscrapers passing the age of decades. Yep, time goes on. Rows of blue glass planes reflect the afternoon sun, glistening as you continue walking. You squint your eyes a little more, just past the sunlight. You could see unfinished architecture on its way to being born through steel and concrete. I like the way it's painting stuff. Well, I mean, it's also showing us, but I like the visuals and everything so far. They represent the new age. In 10 or 20 years, they will be the main structural property that sustains the identity of the growing city. Yep. They are dull and lack originality, but those with an entrepreneurial spirit, I wish I could pronounce that right, and a hunger for wealth are willing to trade cultures and histories for temporary benefits. Next to the stone fence, a phone booth stands firmly at the limestone harbor, contrasting. It's a relic lost in time, barely used with the advancement of the metropolitical society. Man, I suck at pronouncing things. It is a relic lost in time, barely used with the advancement of the metropolitical society. It catches all your attention, giving you the urge to communicate with the other line, but to whom? There's no one left to call, as all have come to despise you, or otherwise dead. Dang. Oh, isolated. Dang, look at these. I mean, it's not like next-gen ultra graphics, but still. It doesn't have to be AAA to still look good and nice. I'll go to you in a second, phone booth. You can see the city in the distance, the cranes, manufacturing new buildings. A long pathway, no one else here. This is as far as I can walk. So it seems. Well, to the phone booth, I guess. Because it leaves swaying. Enter the phone booth. The art again, it looks so good. The sea salt odor subsides. In the intimate space, the fluorescent light overhead buzzed a gentle tune. You gripped the phone and held it against your ears. You've pressed lightly on the cream-colored buttons as each makes a satisfying click. Who we calling? You waited. No response. The other line is dead, accompanying silence. You looked down and discovered the mossy phone line was disconnected, out of operation, perhaps for a good while now. You reached for the phone line, wincing a bit as you do it. Somehow, there's a lingering phantom pain in your thigh. Oh. Is that where one of our scars are or something? Or how we get, where, my place where we got hurt? You've plugged the wire back into where it should be, though you don't think this would affect its obsolescence? Obsolescence? I don't know. Then you've put the phone up close to your ears. This is the beginning of an open letter to whomever. It does not matter if nobody is on the receiving end and listening to your rambling. You just want to let your thoughts out. So kind of just releasing what we've been thinking, our feelings, just to anywhere, to make us feel better, alright? However, your fingers started to move on their own, clicking the buttons in one smooth motion as if the process was wired to your brain. 8 digits pressed, and now you wait. Who are we calling? Old friend? Mom? Anyone gonna pick up? You know the line is out of service, yet you still hold a false hope, hoping it may eventually connect. I don't know. You waited. We're gonna fall asleep in the phone booth?
Hello?
Your heart skipped a beat. Hi. You spoke dryly.
I've told you to stop calling me. You just won't listen. Why are you doing this?
Your voice sounds familiar, yet it doesn't ring a bell. I told you to stop calling me, you just won't listen. Why do you do this? Thing is, it's from a phone booth, so is this our nightmare actually? Because I mean, unless we've called them repeatedly off the same phone booth, even though its line was disconnected, that's gotta be a nightmare. Who are you? Please tell me. I need to know who you are. You spoke against your will. You don't understand why you're rambling or getting riled up. Actions controlled like puppets on strings.
What are you trying to prove?
You still haven't got a clue as to who's on the other line. Little tidbits of memory would float by, yet just out of reach. Repressed memories? What are you talking about?
You really don't know? Sam, you killed me.
The woman on the other line wailed. Your eyes widened. Those words made gravity feel heavier, and your guts felt hollow. So yep, this is the nightmare. I guess we're confronting her through a phone booth. Maybe we didn't know what they actually looked like, and we only knew what their voice sounded like, perhaps. Something about those words made you realize you're missing the bigger picture. Or maybe we just can't remember what they look like, because the trauma repressed the memories.
Everybody knows you're a walking time bomb, ready to strike the next unfortunate target.
You ought to say something, but you can't. Beads of sweat form ever so slightly on your forehead.
Sam, don't act stupid. You couldn't even point your gun right.
Gun? Their voice wavered over the phone. So, a gun? Were we playing with a gun as a kid or something? Everything they're bringing up confuses you. Then a memory sparked, so maybe it was repressed memories the way it's sounding. That night, you took her life. The way her dire inhales was the last sign of her life. She couldn't even speak her last words before she took her last breath, and your hands were already sticky from holding her limp, bloody body. Her injuries came from the gun you fired while attempting to attack a house burglar. It was a fatal shot. Oh. So, someone came into our house, or maybe they weren't even trying to burgle us, and there's someone we knew or something, and we took him for a burglar, but we wasn't meaning to kill them either way, but the shot was fatal. It killed them. You, however, get to live to see another day. Even with the burglar's arrest, you won't be able to bring back what's already 6 feet under, and compensation means nothing. Even with the burglar's arrest. Did we accidentally shoot someone else? Well, they did say they couldn't aim our gun. So we shot someone else, trying to get the burglar. Sister? Brother? Well, you said she, so sister, I guess. Life is unfair. Sam? Your eyes flickered open. The sight of a worried Alice. Is it the present time now? Actually, we also didn't know who we killed, actually, so this... But it's different color text. So this is Alice. What up, Alice? Your head feels foggy, but you know you're not in that dream anymore. Are you having a nightmare again? Yes. Well, at least she's being honest about it. You could feel sweat forming on your forehead and under your shirt. You tried to cool down from sitting upright. Alice furrowed her brows, mouth gaping just a little before shutting again. You both shared the silence, enjoying the view and each other's company, though clearly something is still in Alice's mind. You were muttering something. You were muttering about something in your sleep. I thought I had to wake you up again. Alice's gaze met yours. I'm good. You looked away. No, you're not. I can see that you're sweating. Alice pointed at you inside. You should tell me about your nightmares sometimes. When you feel like it. I'm all ears. I listen. Alice leaned back in her seat a little. So where are we going on this train? Moving to try to get a new start somewhere? You felt reassured by Alice. Ever since the incident, she's the only person you've wanted to turn to for help, as she's the only one who supported you. Your nightmares twisted the truth, and Alice helped keep you grounded in reality, and you feel safe being around her. See, at least Sam has been able to find someone that, well, help her, calm her down, reassure her, make her feel better. Good job, Sam, I guess. Eventually, you've opened up. Sure. Alice darted her eyes towards you in interest. Are we actually gonna tell her about our nightmares? Whenever I dream, I would wake up on a train and see that the sun is beginning to set. At times, my brain would bring up my past on. You slowly pointed toward your left eye. This incident. So maybe it also brought up the nightmare because we're currently on a train right now. Next thing I know, I'm at an empty harbor. There would be a phone booth waiting for me to call. But I had nobody to call. At least, that's what I thought in my dreams. My movements and speech were manipulated, as if they had a brain of their own. They dialed a number. The number to... Your hands went and squeezed your nose bridge. Somehow, the memories of the numbers you've dialed kept slipping away, bit by bit. Hey, take it easy. You can skim over some details if you're not comfortable with it. Or, you know, forgot. No, Alice is a real one. Thanks, Alice. Everyone needs to be Alice, and everyone needs an Alice. Everyone needs to be like Alice, and everyone needs an Alice. It's as if my brain was looping a broken record. and I'd be reminded exactly of what happened that night. And then you'd wake up. You nodded your head. Alice nodded along. I still feel guilty about it. You drooped your head a little. Alice stopped crossing her legs and shifted herself forward, facing towards you. Well, I know it takes a lot of strength for you to even mention anything related to the incident, and I'm glad you did. Her eyes glistened under the sunlight. I'm sorry for what happened, but no one blames you, not one bit. We're just trying to protect your family. And whatever happens, I'm always here for you. I promise. She smiled gently. You felt more reassured and took a deep breath. Thanks. It means a lot coming from you. Now you should rest more. I'll wake you up when we arrive. Alice yawned, and you nodded. Dang. Gonna have another nightmare? What happened won't be erased from your memories. They linger and are ever so hazier as time goes on. She died on a cloudy day, yet she will be greeted again with the soft autumn breeze, with no cries and weeps. You stood on her grave, and she will not be there. She is lying in a grass field with closed eyes, breathing in the refreshing air. The birds carried a song in the faraway distance, and everything was so peaceful. And when she wakes up, she will hear you calling out for her in the distance. You still have a long way to go. You rested again. No. You were kicked from the experience. Thanks for playing. You know, it wasn't too long, and I wasn't too long, but I liked it. I feel like there's some stuff I can think about more about the game that I'll be able to understand a bit more and be able to form new thoughts about it. But maybe the person, I don't know, maybe the reason why they didn't say who the person she actually killed was to be left up for interpretation, so you could think of it as yourself, so you could imagine whoever it was she killed or what she killed. And the art was cool and good, everything, and the times that we showed you the scenery that was 3D modeled, that was pretty good too. I liked it. Overall, it was a good visual novel and game. I recommend you play it. Thanks for watching.